Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of Youjo Senki episode 10, and sorry this isn't up until Sunday. It didn't come out on Friday as usual. The episode was pushed back until Saturday to me, so it didn't come out until yesterday. And even then yesterday I was expecting to do like the Q&A early afternoon and then do this yesterday evening, but yeah, the Q&A took me way longer than I thought it would. It took me like all day to get the thing posted, so I had to wait and do this on Sunday. So anyway, here we are, talking about this one. I don't know if I want to call this one my favorite one yet, but I like what they did with it. I really do. I'll just start from the beginning and talk about it. So Anson has now become the Mary Sue. It's literally his daughter's name, but he has become it. He has gone, like, all it takes, guys, all it takes is a nice near-death experience and all the skills, all the abilities, the badassery, all of that you did not have before. It'll just get injected into you via a near-death experience. So he comes back, and out of nowhere, he is a complete badass now. You can't argue that being X gave him the power, but still, this injury just turned him from a scrub into a badass, so, like, seeing it unfold seems a little bit silly. Then Tanya's infiltration attack begins, and that's something I can say I really liked throughout the episode, is the blending between strategy and action was really good. And I've said that for the show in general, but I think this episode had the best balance between the two. Because as this is going on, we're also seeing the strategy meeting go down. We're seeing some conflict at the Rhine as well. But we're seeing a strategy meeting go down between different important people within the Empire, and of course Zetor, the guy with the giant mustache whose name I always forget, the generals. And pretty much the guy who's in charge of I think it's the treasurer, he says that the war, if it's prolonged, it could cause economic collapse for the Empire, so they cannot have this going on much longer. And pretty much they all just get really butthurt without even knowing the facts of the situation, without waiting to be given facts. And of course the military was purposefully hiding things from them, as they should have been, because they don't know who could have given away their strategy. It really relied a lot on surprise. But they're just getting so upset not even knowing what the plan is. It's like, just, you should be telling them to give you the plan, but why be upset without even knowing what it is? And then, as the infiltration, we figure out it's successful and everything. They play that OST that they play pretty often, and it is just it worked really well as victory music. That's probably my favorite OST in this anime, because they play it a lot whenever Tanya does something badass, honestly. They did it when she was taking out those planes that one time. I thought that was really cool. But it's this OST they use pretty often. I really like it. And Zetor just freaking came from the news that they were successful. He was just like, stands up out of his chair, yes, and then starts giving his speech about the plan and everything. There was a trap set for the main forces of the Republic in the lowlands, and Bientôt is in the air watching over them. Then the Republic just gets totally fucked, honestly. They just get blown to pieces, and that scene with the music still going and everything, that was one of the hypest scenes when all the explosions just go off and all the forces are just completely destroyed. I really like that scene. So pretty much that means that the Empire can now just swoosh on over from the flank and encircle the main force. The flank has been destroyed, allowing the Empire's flank to come over, and also the headquarters have been destroyed, leading to complete disarray with the main force. So they are completely boned. Bientôt actually returns to the HQ because he has a hunch of such a thing when they can't get through via radio, and finds it in ruins. Then we have Tanya's group in the submarine, and I really like this moment for them, the way they were like laughing, all victorious, very happy. I really like that moment for Tanya's group. The Republic is then getting demolished. They're getting just completely destroyed by the tanks and the flamethrower squads as well. They were just completely fucked. Tanya's group is then being sent in to mop up the retreating enemies, because it's pretty much over at this point. And it's very interesting to me, the shift in Tanya's character where she's thinking about, okay, we can end this war, we can have peace, I can live out the rest of my life here in peace. And it doesn't seem very logical since she knows being X is always going to try to screw with that. But I think it's very interesting with her character that she's just trying to end this war. She just does not want to be at war. And it almost shows a good side of Tanya. Like, I don't know, it shows a little bit of good in her that I think we don't really see that often. Then they have some unidentified mages showing up from the Allied Kingdom, and with them is Ansem, who kills Grunts, R.I.P. Grunts. But it's interesting. Is this the first time we're seeing the mages from the Allied Kingdom? Either way, though, they have these weird... The thing, we barely saw them, but they kind of reminded me of a mix between like a motorcycle frame and a witch's broom, is what they reminded me of. And I believe that's it. The after credit scene we actually had, it was very funny with Grunts and Victoria sleeping, and it was funny because of Victoria, but it was also sad because you're like, we just saw Grunts get, well, maybe possibly killed. I figure he was killed, but Ansem survived worse. But either way, R.I.P. Grunts. I think this, like I said, is the best mix we've had between the strategy and the action yet. The animation I thought was pretty good, same as usual, same as pretty much every week. It was pretty good. The music was great. I love the way they used their OST, and the character work was good. Once again, seeing the stories, more than just Tanya's story, but seeing the story with Zetor and the generals and everything, I thought was really nice, and with Eric as well. And then seeing the way that the people under her, like Weiss and Grunts and Victoria, were dealing with the situation as well. I thought it was really good for the characters. That's it. Very, very short one this week. Either way, I will give it 9 fish in a barrel out of 10. 9 out of 10. I do really, I really think I enjoyed this one a lot. So, we got 2 episodes left if this is only going to be a 12-episode show. And now we have yet another. We've pretty much taken out Magic Sweden, Magic Romania, Magic France now. And now we have Magic Britain coming in to see how Tanya's going to deal with this. I feel like since we're bringing in Ansem, the whole showdown finale between Ansem and... I feel like the mini showdown finale between Ansem and Tanya is really going to push us into the final confrontation with Tanya and being X in maybe episode 12, and that'll be about how we end it. Either way, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did like it. Comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this video, or what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Youjo Senki and a ton of other things on the channel, anime and otherwise. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That is it, so thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.